How is everyone today? Thank you Sue for that rate. So today we are going back to Cinderella. We are really close in the game. I mean, a couple more streams because normally I do like 2-3 chapters per stream, depends on how long is the chapter. But I'm pretty sure that today we finish Fritz route and we get a good ending, and then we can see if we already start Walt's route or if we just go and leave it for the next day. So yeah, let's just go. Also, I'm sorry for canceling my stream today earlier on, but Cronus mistook something that he had today with next week, so we kind of end up changing days, so it's totally fine. Here I put this and it was wrong, so this is the right one. It was my fault. Princess, I'm sure that's not true. I glared at Walt as tears well in my eyes. It was my fault. Walt falls silent as he studies my face, then he sighs before taking my hand. We'll sort this out to Martian. Come on. I never understood if Julian died or not, because she just went into a coma. As soon as the Martian doors close behind us, Julian collapsed. Julian! Luckily, I am close enough to catch one of her arms, and Waltz is fast enough to catch the other. Move her to the chair. Together we manage to guide Julian into the chair. We sit her down and on it as gently as we can. I watch as she unfolds on the chair, and it is when I see the dark red slashes and tears in her clothing. Some of her wounds are open and visibly bleeding. She's still bleeding. Watts pulls a cloth from his back pocket and hands it to me. Clean what you can. I'll get to Lady Parfait and Rumpel. He runs off, leaving me alone with Julian. It looks like she's bleeding everywhere. I still myself to kneel before her, by her side. Gently I reach out and begin to wipe at the worst of what I can see. Turn moans and I flinch in sympathy. I'm sorry. I feel a lump rise in my throat. I convinced Garland to go back. If I hadn't, he wouldn't have. June shifts gently to put her hand on my cheek. Her touch is cold and gentle. Also, let me just decrease the volume because I can't hear myself properly and it's making me confused. Julian shifts gentle and puts her hand on my cheek. Her touch is cool and gentle. Hi Naomi, how are you? How has been the productive day so far? Julian? There is a softness in her gaze and an unexpected kindness in the touch of her hands. After a moment, Julian slowly nods and her eyes fall closely on his side. But I'm just taking some notifications because I don't like streaming and just seeing notifications appearing. But it's worth it, Naomi. It's going to be worth. Think like that. It's going to be worth. Wait, is she okay? Julian? Julian? Walt! She just closed her eyes. She's not speaking. Not going to die too, is she? Not if I have anything to say about it. Excuse me, princess. Rumple gently pushes me aside, and I let him in. I let him, overhearing over his shoulder as he crouches to inspect Jurian. Well, he says. Yeah, we never would. All steps beside me. He places his hand on my arm. What? Rumple needs to work his magic now. And? So, why don't we get you something to drink, I'm not going to leave her. Princess, please. We should let Rumple work. I look back over my shoulder, watching how carefully Rumple tends to Jurian. Okay. Walt's hands acts as my lifeline as he helps me into the tavern area. My legs become weaker with every step. A stranger, Laura. I only realize that I'm running to her after I burrow into her. I bury my face in her shoulder and I suppress a sob. Laura's arms come around me, holding me tight, as whatever calm facade I was holding up comes apart at the seams. Also, do please get those mugs? Of course. Laura leads me to one of the benches, one of her arms still around me so she can rub my back. Somehow, the simple gesture is helping me calm down. Viviana, are you hurt? I shake my head. Thank goodness for that. I stay in her embrace until Walt returns to place something on the table. How are you doing? I pull away reluctantly to rub at my eyes. I'm okay. Laura takes a mug and places it in my hand. Good, now drink. I do not question and raise the mug into my mouth. Hot chocolate. Laura made this for me before. Take a few dips of swallows of the hot, switched liquid. Better? Yes. Viviana, can you tell me what happened? Mother found us in the tunnels. Julian told Garland to get me out. I threatened us to close, but I forced the words out. Mother is so strong, and I thought Julian might not survive. I convinced Garland to go back, and that's when I stared down at my mug, my hands trembling. It's my fault. It's all my fault. If I hadn't convinced Garland to go back, Mother wouldn't have killed him. The silence in the tavern is deafening. Finish your hot chocolate, Viviana. I obey without a word. Everyone is going to be so angry at me. It's my fault Garland is dead, and it's my fault Jordan is injured. Have you heard about your step-family? I know they're gone. Are they dead as well because of me? Hey, don't look like that. I'll have you know that I had used a sleeping spell on Prince Rod and Princess Emmeline earlier. They heard about what Julian and Garland were going to do tonight. I don't think I would have been able to stop them from coming along on the rescue mission otherwise. What? You got them out, Princess. Bar would have killed them if you hadn't stepped in. The Queen was already waiting at the end of the tunnel on the day the Prince and the Princess escaped. Alcaster must have somehow gotten wind the escape plan, which was why he had Varg try to eliminate them then and there. Security tightened up more after that day. But thank goodness. And we've been worrying about you ever since you left. Well, ever since you stormed out all those months ago. Laura's smile is sad as she reaches up to push my hair out of my face. I don't know if this was your fault, Viviana. If anything, it was mine. Mine and Parfait's for letting this happen. We tried to help you escape, but we couldn't break the shield around the palace in fear of putting everyone inside in danger. That is why we had to wait. We never thought we'd have to worry about Wildred being revived. And thought we would have killed the like to save you outside of the palace. That's right. I was out of the palace more than a couple of times. Once with Varg and another with Mother. Hi Nalvir, how are you? Thank you for that. Thank you, Nomi, for modding as usual, even though that you are working. We couldn't put the lives of others in danger when Wildred was right there. Should have killed the citizens. Even if I wanted to escape the day I was with Varg, he wouldn't have let me. I gripped my now empty mug. Princess, I understand how you feel, and I know it's difficult, but frankly, we have bigger fish to fry. I think you realize now what kind of person Hildry is. I do. Then you know what we have to do. I know too well what it is we must do. In fact, I knew this was bound to happen sooner or later. I started this. I do not know if I can fix everything. I do not know if I can save Angel. But no matter how long it may take, I must make these things right. Finally look up to Laura and at Laura nod. We have to stop Mother. Rebellion. Since it's a new chapter, let me just save. Because of the severity of injury of Jordan's wounds, Rumpel decided he would bring her to the nearest clinic so she could be better cared of. Annie decided to go with him, and surprisingly, Ophelia and her children all opted to go as well. Now, the only ones left here at the tavern are me, Delora, Walt, and Karma. They may not say it, but I'm sure they're blaming me for what is happening in Angel right now. I need to meet Ingrid. I close my eyes as a sudden thought of dizziness comes over me. Mother has always been the person that mattered most to me. I never questioned or disobeyed her because she was so important. She was my light in days that were often so dark. But I have no choice. If Mother isn't stopped, who knows how many more lives will be lost? The only way to stop Mother is to kill her, isn't it? I'm sorry, but this really is the only way. Yes, I know. But I do not think I could kill her myself. Laura has a knowing look in her eyes as she turns to address Walt. We'll leave as soon as Parfait comes back from our meeting with the fairies. If you can fully use your magic, then we might actually stand a chance. Magic? What are you talking about? What's it just a street magician? What help could it be? Don't underestimate our magician. Walt is a witch, and a lot stronger than he looks. Walt is a witch? You know, I have the Neverland curse. Yes? I do not know that fairy tale, but what does that have to do with anything? Your mother was a witch that cursed me. What? Walt, if you're also a witch, how can you be cursed? Your mother is a Tenebrar bearer, which means she has the power to punish all witches if she chooses. As to why he was cursed, Walt's expression darkens. Hildir needed to be stopped. I knew I couldn't defeat her alone, so I enlisted the help of the fairies. I betrayed her, and she punished me before she died. Walt almost single-handedly brought about the end of the Great War. He's the reason we've been enjoying this peace for as long as we have. I never knew. Of course, you can only imagine how displeased Wilder was with Walt. Hildred stole my shadow and sealed it away in Neverland. Your shadow? We really need to work on your fairy tale knowledge one of these days, Princess. Peter Pan is a boy that lives in Neverland, which is a place where children never grow up. Walt's curse means he has been frozen in a child's body since Elder cursed him all those years ago. He can't grow up, and he can't use any magic. Well, I can still do some spells, but only simple, harmless ones. Okay, thank you for the lurk, Nalvir. For Walt, to get his magic back, he needs to find Tinkerbell, which is a key to Neverland. We need to unlock his shadow. But all this time, we've never found Tinkerbell in Neverland? I've looked everywhere I can think of. I'm sure she cast a spell on it to make it more difficult to locate. Even in the palace? Dolores nods, and I suddenly feel embarrassed. Oh, of course not. Why would Walt look in the palace first? I mean, especially considering Wheeler is the queen and has numerous secret chambers of things she wants to keep hidden. Looking through the entirety of the palace for a small box might be difficult. Neverland is a box that was left to me by my parents. It's made of gold, with carvings that resemble a pair of wings. What? Walt jumps at my sudden reaction. Princess? That box. I had forgotten about it, but I can vaguely remember an old box in my room that matched that description. Mother left me a trinket box and a key that matches that description. She told me never to touch the box or to let anyone see it. I've had it for years. All this time Tinkerbell and Neverland were with you? I never knew what was inside. I was too afraid to disobey Mother's orders. The thought of her giving you that box never even crossed my mind, but now thinking back on it, it makes sense. I wanted to ask him what he means, but we are running out of time. I will have to ask him about it in a later time. Can get Neverland Tinkerbell to you. Can return your magic. With Waltz back to his true form, we may have fighting chance at this. So, what we do first? We? There's no we in this, Vivian, only us. But I just said I could help. It's too dangerous, Princess. But I'm the only one who knows where to find the box. Then you will tell us where it is and we'll retrieve it. It's as simple as that. I scowled at her with my arms crossed. I refuse to stay here and be useless while everyone else puts themselves at risk saving Angel. Angel is this way because I brought back Mother. I must take responsibility. And I will not let anyone else die at Mother's hands. Diviana, Mother is less likely to harm me. I have a better chance of getting Neverland and Tinkerbell without causing a disturbance. How can you say that after what's already happened? You're not safe either, Diviana. No sooner as she said the words, that a terrible blast echoes through the Martian. I thought that smoke enveloped the tavern. A silhouette emerged in front of us, and I felt my blood turn cold when I realized who it is. Varg. Just when I thought I was safe, Varg reappeared. Oops. I always forget how powerful this thing can get. Where previously there had been a wall made of stone, sturdy and strong, there is now a sizable hole. Remnants of brick and stone collapse inward in the aftermath. The dust rises to settle around Varg's feet, where he stands casually twirling his cane. Hope I'm not disturbing anything, but all the doors were locked. Karma. Karma? Laura and I turned to glance at the wall behind us. Where Waltz is looking, Karma is standing there, injured. His forehead has a large gash, and one of his arms is limp and useless. He still managed to tightly grip the hilt of his sword with his other hand. Where did Karma come from? I'd have appreciated you destroying glass property when you knocked on a tavern door. I would have appreciated it if it gotten out of my way when I asked politely, so I wouldn't have to have resort to explosions. Seems both of us are disappointed. What do you want, Varg? Don't we all already know the answer to that question? Come on. Varg turns to look at me expectantly. I thought the stolen goods would be brought here. What did you just call me? Carmel lets out a harsh laugh. Has no one told you women do not like being imprisoned against their will? Has no one told you people that it's not good to steal? I am not an item to be stolen or imprisoned. I bow my hands into fists. I cannot let Varg hurt anyone else here. I have no idea if this will work, but if Fritz is truly fighting, then he must be able to hear my voice. Fritz? Varg growls, his eyes bright and angry as he glares at me. You need to give up on him, Princess. Never. Fritz, I know you're still there. No matter what you say, nothing will change. Fritz is gone. Adiuva. He won't. Varg shocks on his words and doubles over. You are being very annoying. Did it work? Out of the corner of my eye, I notice Carmen preparing to attack, while Varg is momentarily weakened. But something does not feel right. Carmen, stop! What? Get the princess away from here. What's happening? That voice. Fritz? Despite the fact that it is Varg standing before me, it is most certainly Fritz looking at me through those eyes. Please, I don't know how long I can hold him here. You all need to get out of here while you still can. You need to keep the princess safe. Keep her away from the palace. Let's get her out of here now. No! Without Walt's reaching hands as I attempt to run through Fritz. Keep her safe, please. Now. No, don't hurt him. Carmel runs forward, his sword raised just as Walt grabs my hand and pulls me out of the way. No! Time slows as I watch Varg slowly come back to coherence, his lips curling to a snarl as he begins to bring his cane down on the floor. Laura throws her hand out, the collected lights racing through Varg. Varg stumbles back, his cane never hitting the floor. Varg growls as he glares up to Laura. Witches are so inconvenient. Unfortunately, Laura is not the only inconvenience in this room. Varg raises his cane to block Karma's next swing. Walt crisps my hands and tugs. We have to go, Princess. I glance back at Karma and Laura. There must be something I can do. So this is the correct answer. Help them. My eyes drift toward Varg cane. That cane is a source of his magic. If I can get it away from him, then Laura and Carmel will stand a chance. With renewed determination, I run toward Varg. Princess! I barrel past Karma and hit Varg square in the gut, with my shoulder forcing him backwards to the ground. I manage to twitch the cane away from him and clutch it as Varg rises and begins to advance toward me. No time for games, give it back. No. You really are nothing without your cane, aren't you? For a moment, there is only silence as Varg freezes. I cannot read the expression on his face. What is he thinking? Varg breaks the silence when he bursts out laughing. It is a sound that arouses certain cows. The cane is not my only weapon. Watch as Varg slips a dagger out from his sleeve. And what are you going to do with that little thing? Poke me? Who said anything about you? With a smirk, Varg brings the dagger to his neck. This dagger is more than enough to do some damage to the princess' favorite knight. No. Now that is definitely cheating. This is ridiculous. You share a body. You'll end up hurting yourself as well. Varg shrugs, and I cannot tell if he is really unconcerned or pretending to be. I'll do whatever it takes. Varg smiles at me. In this light, his teeth appear to be gleaming and sharp, like he has fangs. Now, give me back my cane, and do precisely as I tell you, or the boy dies. I stand still. I cannot look away from Varg's gaze, which is bright with triumph. If Fritz dies, you die as well. Are you not afraid of that? I was never really alive to begin with. I'm just a bit of Fritz's mind given independence. This body isn't mine, so I can destroy it and not feel a thing. It will be Fritz that suffers. Princess, don't listen to him. You know it's a trap. I know who else is telling the truth. I can see the look. Oh, I can see it in the look on Varg's face. And to grip the cane tighter to me. Varg is lying to me. He will definitely suffer, but he's also serious about hurting Fritz. And I cannot let that happen. Now, do as you're told, little princess. Don't be stupid, Viviana. You'll leave everyone here alone? Varg nods, amusement flickering in his eyes. It's my princess commands. Princess, don't. I'm so sorry. But just as I start to move towards Varg, a bright light shines out from behind me. The shield of light pushes forward and past me, shoving Varg back and out through the hole he'd made in the wall. I turn, barely able to believe what I see. Parfait! She comes to stand in front of me. Listen closely, we don't have much time. Parfait's eyes flicker to Varg, who is shifting ever so slightly in the rubble. Even I can tell that he's only temporarily out of commission. Tomorrow midnight, meet us at the palace gates. Bring Neverland and Tinkerbell with you. But you understand? I falter as I imagine what Parfait could possibly be planning, but I have no time, and I can read nothing in her case. There is nothing else for me to do but... I didn't understand it. Yes, I understand. Parfait smiles at me as she caresses my cheek with a gentle hand. I have faith in you, princess. We all do. You'll be fine. Parfait? Parfait grabs me by my shoulder and forcefully pushes me through the Varg. He catches me, his hands firmly gripping my shoulders as I am carned into him. Keep her safe, Fritz. Varg flinches. He's inhaling and getting ready to speak when the air around us suddenly thins and we are swallowed by light. When I am able to breathe again, I open my eyes and see that I am back at the palace. Did Parfait transport us? I become aware that Varg still has his hands on my shoulders and wrench free from his grip. Strange that your friends would actually send you back here with me. Seems like they need you to retrieve something from the palace. Varg reaches out and snatches his cane from my hands. I'm not letting you leave the palace again, princess. The palace is utterly silent, and it is as if none of the chaos that has transpired ever happened. like it was all a dream. I ignore Varg and walk back through the gates as I suffocate the seething turmoil inside of me. Just try and stop me. I slam my bedroom door behind me and lock it. It's only been a few hours since I was here, since Yuri and Garland. I close my eyes and put the memories away. Now it's not the time. I must keep my promise to Parfait. I begin to search through the drawers. I could have sworn that this is the last place I saw Neverland and Tinkerbell. There it is. Tinkerbell, an elaborated golden key. It's exactly where I remember leaving it. I place it carefully underneath my lamp, so as to keep it hidden from sight. But where's Neverland? I nearly turned my room upside down looking for it, but I never find the golden box. It should be here. Why isn't it here? My body is heavy after all of that happened today, and soon I find myself collapsed on the bed. It'll be fine. I have until midnight tomorrow to find it. Continue looking in the morning. My sleep is broken, and disjointed. So when dawn comes faltering from my windows, I'm already half awake. I pull myself out of bed and rub out my eyes. I need to find Neverland. I retrieve Tinkerbell from where I've hidden it and slip the key into my pocket. Then, with renewed determination, I continue my search. Why isn't it here? It had been right next to Tinkerbell. I would remember I had moved it. Oops. But I did drop Neverland months ago, didn't I? I've been meaning to get it fixed, but I always forgot. But it's not here. That means someone must have taken it, but who? Would Mother or Mistress have taken it? Where should I look? So the throne room is the right answer. Thankfully, when I get to the throne room, it is empty. But where do I even begin to look? Out of the corner of my eye, I notice something sparkle on the throne. I rush through the throne, and I am unable to believe my dumb luck. The box is definitely there, sitting right in front of me. Found it, but why is it just sitting here? Something feels off. If it isn't my disobedient daughter, I reach out to snatch Neverland to hold it to my chest. I have to keep Neverland and Tinkerbell safe, no matter what. I'm glad to see one of my servants is capable. Still, I wonder why Varg did not report his success in retrieving you. Varg did not tell her. I shall have a word with that cur. Mother walks through me. I was not amused when you left the palace, Viviana, but I thought that sooner or later fate would send you here to retrieve something. You were a very good girl for keeping that box safe, as I told you. But I see it was a mistake to leave it here while I was attending to Mitro's report. I hate myself. I clutch Neverland tighter. This does not belong to you. Mother's voice is ice cold when she speaks. Oh? You hurt me so much last night. I hope you're not planning on leaving me again. I know you're hurting too, dearest one. I know you want to stay here with me. Mother sighs, and suddenly I can see the mother from my memories, the one that had held me close and sung me to sleep at night. If fate hadn't interfered, we would be so much happier. Fate? Once upon a time, she was a dear friend. We were like sisters until she betrayed me. She is no doubt going by a different name to hide her true nature from you. But you now know. You know that she is pulling you from your birthright. You were happier when you could not remember, weren't you? What? Oh, my darling. Mother reached for me, and I cannot move as she sets a hand on my cheek. I have only ever wanted to protect you, Diviana. I have only ever wanted to pass for you. Mother gently runs a hand through my hand. I sacrificed so much so that my daughter could be a crown princess. I did not want to erase your memories, but I knew how much it would hurt you if you knew my true nature. And I knew how sad you would be if you knew just how much your father did not love us, either of us. And all because of his ridiculous love for that Richard warlord, their Walpus. The very same commoner he married after I was gone, the woman he sought to marry from the start. Really? King was loved by the king has loved Ophelia for so long? Isn't that unbelievable? That he was still so loyal to her even after he had me? I should have made good on my threat and just killed her, regardless of whether Gennaro did as I demanded. But he has always hated witches. That is why he is so cruel to you. Why he was so cruel to both of us. Dearest one, we only have each other. So it was, and so it will be. I am the only one that will never hurt you, the only one you ever need to love and obey. You are longing for anyone else, and memories of anyone else, that are all unnecessary. Now be a good girl and listen to mother. So the last time we ran, that was the wrong one, so now we were refused. I flinch away from mother's reaching hand. Mother hurt the king. She hurt too many people. She killed Garland. No. What did you say to me? I cannot let her hurt anyone else. No. Mother's eyes glitter as light begins to collect in her palms. I can only bear your disobedience for so long, Diviana. It seems you require disciplining. Mother raises her hands, the light reflecting the cruelty in her gaze that I am now too familiar with. Knowing I couldn't outrun her, I turned my back and hold Neverland to my chest. I must protect Neverland. The hair crackles, and I brace myself for whatever mother might unleash. I feel a hand on my back, and then I am pushed away. I fall down to the ground hard. Okay, have a nice lurk. Please eat something too, Naomi. Have dinner. And rest. Don't forget to rest. Thank you. Around heart. What was that? You miss me? Flora? How did you get in here? I had some help. Princess, Fritz? Fritz runs toward me and holds out his hands to help me out. Fritz, I thought I'd lost you. It's only for a second, but he pulls me close to him in a hug. I'll never leave you. Its arms tighten around me briefly before he releases me. We both turn to face Mother. You are going to hurt her, your own daughter. This is no concern of yours, and even if it was, what would you hope to achieve? You are so much weaker than the wolf, so much weaker than Varg. Fritz's body stiffens. Even now, you only cling to a shred of control. Tell me, Sir Fitzgerald, how much longer until you are completely erased? He was strong enough to resist Varg, so much so that he was able to get me in here past your guards and your barriers. I think that makes Fritz plenty strong. I do not recall giving the traitor permission to speak. Do not think I have forgotten how you betrayed me, Laura. I haven't forgotten anything either, Elder. Lorea was only a child. My fate was entirely your doing. Who are you talking about? Lorea was my daughter. I've never heard Laura speak of child. I'd always opposed Elder's action. I disagree with her creation of the fairy tale curse from the beginning. But when I voiced my opinions out loud, she targeted my daughter. She killed her in front of me. Suddenly, everything in the room is still. The two women glare at each other, but neither one of them moves. You were not there when our kind were being hunted and slaughtered like animals in their own homes. I'm the tenor bearer. I felt each of their deaths like they were my own. Retribution was necessary, but you, being so holy and so good, took little Lorea's death for you to understand the anguish of our betrayer and comprehend my anguish. I'll not have killed her if you are so blind. She was only 10, and she suffered for your weakness. Laura holds out her arm and sweeps it across the room, lightning traveling up her arm. Fritz tugs me around on one of the columns and then presses my back into the coolness of the pillar. He holds himself against me, acting as a shield. Don't move. The ground shakes as Laura releases her spell. You can defeat me when you haven't been training? How foolish. Please, I have no intention of defeating you. Fritz! Cover your ears, princess. Too confused to question him, I obey. I hear the sound of lightning crackling in the air, followed by an explosion. The column comes crashing down into the other side of the room. Time to go. Fritz's hands tightens around mine. We run out of the throne room with Laura's mother's screech sounds through the room behind us. Are you okay? Yes, I'm alright. I'm just so glad you're here. See, what did I tell you? What are you talking about? Your knight here was scared that you wouldn't want to see him anymore after what happened yesterday. Fritz's fingers tightened over my own. Only I was strong enough to fight hard. I could have. It wasn't your fault, Fritz. But what matters is that you are here now. Fritz looks at me and smiles. Did you know where I would be? Intuition. And magic. Well, yes, and magic. Do you have Tinkerbell? I hold Neverland in my one hand as I reach with my other hand to search for the key in my pocket. Thankfully, my fingers still brush against the cool metal. It's in my pocket. Good. Very good. Whatever happens, you must never get Neverland Tinkerbell to the Martian, okay? I nod my head. That's a good girl. What if I said to be here at midnight? What time is it? We're too early. Sometimes parfait's too early too. Looks like tonight is not one of those nights too. Looks like my coming early was both a blessing and a setback. She's using this name parfait? How sweet. Fritz steps in front of me as Mother reappeared in front of us. Stay behind me, Fritz. I'll never forgive myself if you go hurt. Please stay behind me. Fritz smiles gently at me and my chest aches against the sides. Everything will be alright, I promise. I promise I'll protect you. I know you will. Fritz, Diana must make it out at all costs. I do not like the sound of that. And you must understand why I cannot let you take my daughter from me. Oh, you took mine. Whoopsie. Dolores' hands begin to glow. Perhaps this time Diana shall watch you as you die, Delora. No. Well, you can try and kill me, but your chances are slim. I have a very good knight with me, and I think he likes me more than he likes you. That can be remedied. Mother flicks her wrist. Laura holds out her. I can't speak today. What the heck? Laura holds out her own hand as if to prepare for the impact of a spell. The magic never comes. Mother is not aiming for Laura. With a gasp, Fritz drops his sword and falls to his knees. Fritz? Come along, Varg. I won't let you. That's when I realize that Mother is calling for Varg. Her hand twisted in the air, manipulating Fritz's body to copy its movement. His body writhes and turns and he struggles to remain himself. Now. No, Fritz. Princess, I'm sorry, but I can't. Fritz looks at me one last time before the familiar darkness envelopes his body. Fritz! Now, Varg, be a good dog and get Diana back to her room. When Varg appears, he is standing absolutely still, his eyes surveying everything calmly. There is an intensity to them, but it is sharp and contained. I flinch back from Varg's bright eyes. No. Varg? You're going to hurt her. Pardon? I don't intend to obey someone who will hurt the princess. Mother is an annoyance. I do not know how you inspired such loyalty, Diana, but it is very inconvenient. Mother flicks her wrist, and a responding light flares out from behind her. My queen. Great reinforcements. I order you to restrain your pet, Mitros. At once, my queen. Mitros extends his hand toward Varg, and the minute he does, Varg's body stiffens and he grits his teeth. Please lead. Always make sure to have control over any of my creations. This is not going as planned. You have a plan? Now, my darling. My hands shake and Neverland nearly tumbles from my hands. I struggle to not collapse. Since you have become so tainted by the thoughts these people have put into your head, I shall have to start all over again. But don't be afraid. Cleansing your memories will not hurt. And when you wake up, you You'll be my daughter again, my dearest one. Mother reaches out her hand toward me. Every fiber of her being screams at me to move, but my feet are heavy and I'm shaking so hard I cannot stand straight. I do not want to forget anything or anyone anymore. Behind me, the clock tower begins to shimmer. Not on my watch. Laura quickly runs in front of me and casts a protective shield. Laura, you can't. I will not let her erase any of your memories, Viviana. I brace myself for an impact and feel the ground shudder as Mother's spell comes in contact with Laura's shield. A loud crack emanates from the Laura's shield as it begins to crack. An offensive spell? You're going to kill your own daughter? Laura's words fade when we see another spell coming toward us. I hear a low laugh rise from Mother's throat. Goodbye, Laura. Viviana, run! Laura! I cough as clouds of smoke slowly fade away after the impact. My whole body feels as hollow as ice as I gaze at the sight before me. Laura's body lies on the floor in front of me and moving. I collapse to the ground, my vision blurry as I stare numbly at Laura's slim figure. No, this cannot be. I reach out to touch her and sharply nailed when I feel how cold and clammy her skin is. No, Laura. Always conjure another shield after being hit by a powerful spell. Have you forgotten your lessons, traitor? Now she can finally reunite with her daughter. Neverland trembles from my grasp as I grab Laura's arm to shake her. No, Laura, please. She's still breathing. She can be saved. She cannot die like this. A bright light appears before me, and suddenly Parfait is standing right in front of me. Hildir, what have you done? Wait, it's been a while. Parfait addresses me without looking back. Princess, do you have Neverland? Yes. I reach blindly to Neverland with one hand and as I keep the other one on Laura's arm. Warm hand settles on my shoulders. The touch is comforting and familiar. Have faith, Princess. I'll not allow you to leave, Fairy. Beatrice casts his magic, but Parfait easily deflects it. She moves to cast a spell in retaliation, but doubles over as soon as the spell flares out around her. You are fading, Fate. The Lucis itself is fading with you. My eyes lock with Varg's, and for a moment I can see Fritz through him. I see his lips move, but whatever words he speaks to me are mute. He shakes his head. Light begins to engulf me, and I see nothing apart from Laura's pale face and my lap. I do not move. Even when the Martian walls came into existence around me, the place is enfolded of its usual warmth. Laura, she's not responding. I might down the rising grief and try to remain calm as I turn to Parfait. Please save her. Save her! Parfait glances down at Laura's eyes glassy. It is as if she is hiding motion behind a frigid mask. I feel that her mask is a reflection of my own. Any moment now it will fall away and I will be able to see her tears. Princess, the spell that Hildir used was a powerful one. There's nothing I can do. The hair in the Martian seems to leave all at once. No, that's not true. You have to. Diana? Laura? She does not move, and her eyes are still closed as she speaks. Viviana, I'm sorry, but I can't stay. No, don't say that. I've been lucky. Hilda took my Lorea, but I got you in return. I like to think that my daughter would have grown to be someone like you. Laura, I believe in you, Deviana. I have always believed in you. You cannot leave me, Laura. I won't let you leave. Though Laura's body does not move, I can feel the energy of her body slip through my fingers like sand. Her body slowly begins to fade away until only specks of glittering gold dust remain. Terrible prickling cold sweeps into my heart and chest. Then the frigidness envelops my whole body. I cannot breathe. It is only when a tear-hided parfait pulls me into a hug that I realize my throat is raw, and that I have been screaming in grief. Do not remember being tucked in bed. In the silence of the dark night, I can feel the absence of Laura like a hole in my chest. Sleepless hours tick by in a haze until the morning sun creeps through the window. Diviana, didn't get any sleep, did you? I shake my head. I wish I could give you time to breathe. She did protecting me. Cover my face with my hands, and all tears that I thought that had dried began pouring from my eyes again. Both of them. Carlon and Laura died because of me. This is my fault. If only hope was strong enough, I could. No, Princess. If it was anyone's fault, it was mine. Both Laura and Parfait keep owning up to his blame. But do either of them deserve any of it? Your mother and I were like sisters once. I couldn't bring myself to hurt her. Because of that, I didn't act in time to save her from the Tenebrarum's corruption. If you are seeking to blame anyone, blame me. I'm responsible for all of this needless pain, all because I could not stop Ildrid. I was too afraid, and now I'm too weak. But what could you have done? Mother is... I don't think anything can stop Mother. The luces in the Tenebrarum are inextricably linked to each other and to their barriers. The crystallum cannot exist without each other. If one is destroyed, so is the other. What are you saying? We cannot stop Ildrid if we destroy... We can stop Ildrid if we destroy the luces. That would destroy the Tenebrarum as well. Perfect, that's insane. This world has suffered from magic for 3 centuries. Maybe it is more bad than good. Perhaps the only solution is to remove the sorcerer of it forever. But Mother only survived because she was the Tenebrarum bearer. She lives so long as the Tenebrarum exists. If the Tenebrarum is destroyed, Hilda should die. But your suggestion will destroy the Tenebrarum through destroying the luces. Perfect smiles at me, but I found no comfort in it. I will only say it's my time. You cannot be serious. There has to be another way. There has already been so much suffering. Laura and Garland did not die, so you would have to give up your life as well. I'm not saying we make the decision now. After what happened with Varg, I have straightened the Martian defenses and added the glamour. For now, we are safe here. Breakfast will be ready soon. Join us when you are able. The others will need to know what happened last night. There must be another way to stop Mother. There has to be. By the time I make it to the dining area, the food is cold. I am not surprised by the state of the food, but seeing waltz in a grown-up body is definitely shocking. Oh, princess. Waltz quickly makes his way through me and kneels down. He looks almost like a knight, though he's lacking the armor. Thank you for breaking my curse. At least I was able to do something good, but still. Princess? I do not notice the tears rolling down my cheek until he calls my title softly. Oh, what's this? What is big as made the princess cry? No, it isn't Waltz. But I believe that I could accomplish 3 good deeds, and yet You like hot chocolate, right, darling? I'll get a Max. Gently, Waltz leads me to the bench and sits next to me. Parf hasn't told them what happened to Laura yet. All of them are smiling at me, trying to cheer me up. But how can I possibly smile now? I need to tell you all something. Hot chocolate first, talking later. You look pale, like you didn't sleep at all last night. And have you even eaten recently? Now that I think about it, no, I haven't. Rod, who haven't even realized was back at the I haven't even realized was back at the Martian, stiffly stands up on his chair and walks away. He was here this whole time, just listening quietly in the corner. Did I see something wrong? Walt smiles at me as he pats my shoulder. We've sent a niece off to look after Julian. It's just us at the Martian. Rod's been taking care of meals, so he's probably going to get you something to eat. Why? Rod has never liked me. You said his family from Varg, Princess. I thought he minds cracking a few eggs for you. Rod comes back into the room and places utensils on the plate in front of me. It is filled with toast and scrambled eggs. I know it's not much, but you need to eat. I have no appetite, but yeah, he's right. I pick up my fork and stab a few eggs to try. This is good. Thank you. No problem. My little broken cook. Suddenly, I am incredibly aware of how famished I am. I shovel the rest of the food into my mouth eagerly. I am eating the last remnants of my toast when Rumpel comes back into the room holding far too many mugs for one person to manage. And now I present you hot chocolate a la Rumpel. Waltz jumps to save the several mugs Rumpel precarious holds. Oh, hot chocolate, how lovely. I knew this would happen, so I made plenty. Waltz and Rumpel place the mugs on the table. Rumpel counts all of them. I have 6, wait. Where is Lady Laura? The fork I'm holding clatters on the plate. Clatters on the plate. To the plate. It is the only sound in the suddenly quiet room. Laura passed away last night. What? The atmosphere shifts. Everyone is openly frowning, their eyes filled with regret. So the night ends up being a throne cutter, a coat after all. Fritz had nothing to do with it. Fritz helped Laura to get to me, just when Mother was going to take Neverland. We would have all made it out alive if Mother hadn't used her magic to summon Varg. Mother was going to erase all my memories again, and I did not know what to do, so I just stood there. It was just like what happened with Garland. Now Dolores is dead because of me. Covering my face with my hands, the 2 familiar grief bubbles up inside of me. Laura made a choice to protect you again, just like Garland made his choice to protect Julian. The only thing we can do now is make sure their sacrifice weren't in vain. Here, Waltz gently pushes a mic toward me. If there's one thing Laura taught us, is that hot chocolate makes almost everything better. Stared at the mug and remembered the last time I had hot chocolate with Laura. I'll never have thought that the drink I shared with her so many days ago would be the last. I bit my lip to keep myself from crying. I bite my lip. So what we do now? The plan hasn't changed. We still need to stop Hildur and save the king. But how is the question? Walt's voice is quiet. Lady Parfait? Does he know what Parfait plans to do? You know as well as I do that there's only one way now, Waltz. Parfait quickly explains what she told me about destroying the Lucies to destroy the Tenebrarum. But if you do so by destroying the Lucies, you will die. Are free to let that happen, Lady Parfait. Laura sacrificed herself to save Princess Diana, bringing back Neverland, and now you're telling us that it was useless and that there is no other way? If any of you have an alternative, please tell us. And I don't want to lose any more of you over my mistake. But we cannot lose you either. I have a suggestion. Let me get this straight. Lady Parfait is going to act as a bait to lure Hildred out of the palace and to the gates. And the rest of us will help distract her long enough so that you can get to your father. Once the king is safely at Martian, Mother cannot use him as bargaining ship anymore. After that, we will have nothing left to lose. We will be able to go all out against Mother. The efforts we spared in bringing back Neverland will not go to waste. Walt will use his magic to give us the upper hand. Though to be honest, I would still like to try and reason with her one last time. Princess Wilder cannot be. I cannot accept that your death is the only thing that will achieve our goal in stopping her and stopping Mother. You told me before that Mother was a kind person. If I could somehow reach out to who she used to be, then perhaps it is possible that we could end this without any additional bloodshed. Everyone turned silent, their faces grim. I know this is not the best and most concrete plan, but please, let me try it. I won't hope that the person my mother wished to be is still there. This is my fight as well. I need to do something. The least I can do is save my father and stop Mother without Parfait needing to sacrifice herself. It will be dangerous, but I believe all you, please help me. I want to believe that my old friend is still in there as well. Okay, let's do this. Chapter 10. The Hunter. And I'll save and do a really quick bathroom break. Where's my mouse? Oh, it's there. Okay, I'm back. It took a lot to convince everyone that I needed to enter the palace alone. It is the people outside who are fighting mothers that need to be glad to that need the greater strength. Bringing any one of them with me would have greatly diminished that strength. I must quickly find the king. Mother always made sure to leave the king in the throne room whenever she left, so it follows that she would leave him there now. It's too quiet in here. I push open the doors and stop in the doorway. The king is sitting on his throne with a vacant expression fixed to his face. He does not so much as flinch as I step inside. I tentatively make my way to the throne. Your Majesty does not speak. His eyes remain fixated in the same place as if he was looking through me. Is he gone forever? Angel needs you. The king I know would never leave his kingdom to ruin. I am standing close enough to him that I could reach out and touch him if I wanted to. What do I have to do to save you? Oh, so now you are being nice to him? I wheel around and place myself in between the king and Varg. All those years you had the opportunity to reach out to him, but you never did. So I guess the king had to be missing his soul for you to care about him. What are you doing here, Varg? Someone wanted to keep an eye on the old man. The queen thought someone might try to take the old man while she was busy. I had a feeling it would be you who would return. You can't bear the thought of losing someone else, can you? What are you going to do, then? I am not living without a king. Varg is silent as he makes his way toward me. I am not entirely sure how I am going to stop him, but I will not move. I cannot let him take the king. And I will not succumb to his threats. It is at that moment, just as he is about to reach out to me, that he suddenly drops to his knees and puts a hand to his chest, his expression pained. I just need a little more time. What is happening to him? He managed to talk to me through gritted teeth. He shouldn't have come here alone, especially not with the big bad wolf here. It's my job to destroy you, you know? He flashes me a wicked grin, but the expression is shockingly short-lived. It is replaced by a soft smile. But this big bad wolf can't do that. You can't destroy a person you have fallen in love with. How are you in love with me? Varg looks at me amused. How? I'm Fritz. This was never meant to happen, but I can't help feelings that were there from the get-go. The queen wasn't pleased with your knight, so she tried to erase him forever. But he ain't gone. He was pretty sure that if you could be strong, so could he. He looks up at me with such sadness I actually feel guilty stir within me, and I'm not entirely sure why. I don't think Fritz could ever deserve you. Deserve me? But he's not more worthy of you than I will ever be. I'm nothing more than a moth drawn to your fire. I can only ever be burned by you. Maybe Fritz will have better luck. Shadows begin to gather around Varg's feet and start to slowly swirl up to the length of his body. Does that mean Fritz is coming back? I know that this is the only thing he would ever want from me. I just wanted to tell you how I felt. Just that. God knows that Fritz is incapable. But he's capable of one thing. He's a good hunter. He'd definitely be fair and square to save little Red. Now, I have no choice but to step aside. So Fritz has overpowered Varg? Try to miss me, princess. Think about me every now and then. That would be enough. Varg, what are you? Goodbye, my princess. He smiles at me. His cocky grin faded into a gentle smile. The shadows cloak him fully, making him little less than a silhouette. I keep myself firmly positioned in front of my father. The darkness eventually dissipates, and there standing in the moonlight is a familiar face. Fritz? I'm back. Look at him with blurry eyes. I'm sorry for taking so long, princess. I am running before I even realize my feet are moving. I'm overwhelmed with so many emotions, none of which I can put a name to in this moment. I know only that I am happy, so happy Fritz is back. I throw my arms around his neck and kiss him. Fritz pulls his arms around my waist, pulling me closer. This is him. This is Fritz's heartbeat, his hand is warm. Came back to me. Thoughts thrilled through my foggy head. I step away from him ever so slightly, silently aware of the heat in my cheeks. Wait, did I just kiss Fritz? I cannot bring myself to move away from his grasp, but I suddenly cannot bring myself to look up and at him either. Why did I just... Its gentle laugh brings me back to my sense, though it is hard to parse the feelings inside of me. I can at least be certain that I love the smile smile he is giving me right now. This feels like a dream. It does. And not just because of what happened, but because Fritz is here, really here. Fritz leans forward to slowly brush a strand of hair away from my face. My heart pounds in my chest at the subtle touch. Once again, my mind is reeling with considerations. If the princess says it isn't a dream, then it must be real because I trust her with all my heart. Oops. I thought I lost you for good. I do not flinch away when Fritz pulls me closer so that I am resting against his chest. But how did this happen? Did you overwhelm Varg? Varg erased himself. How is that possible? He's always had that ability, but he's never had any reason to consider using it before. And why now? Because he cared for you. My love for you is so strong it must have affected him too. You love me? Varg said the same thing, and he blamed Fritz, so is it true? Fritz smiles, and I feel this warm spread inside me like sunlight. Always, Diana. Well, this is quite a scandal. Fritz moves to stand in front of me. My queen is not going to be pleased. If my curse was so weak that even Sir Fitzgerald could break it, I do not think even I am safe from from her worth. But I believe her disappointing me will be second to the disappointed she feels for you. After all, you choose a lowly knight. Hi Azure, how are you? Thank you for the redeems. How dare you? Wait, let me just move my mouse up. Jesus. I stopped short at Fritz tone. Sorry, I'm stretching. You have an important task, don't you? The king. But Mitrus, trust me. Fritz releases my hand to pull out his sword, sinking easily into a ready stance. I'll protect you. You think you could possibly prevail over me? Now when you have no cane, no power at all? Don't make me laugh. Fritz strikes his slash quickly and clean, taking Mitrus by surprise. Fritz managed to cut his sword through his shoulder. Mitrus hisses as he clutches his bleeding shoulder. The hatred is bright in his eyes. You're welcome. How are you, Azure? Have you been resting? Have you been eating? As Fritz rushes Mitrus, I run through the king. You think a mere swordsman can best one of the queen's apprentices? I'd be more worried if I were you, Sir Mitrus. I approach the king, who has yet to move from his spot. What do? How can I possibly move him? I need to wake him up. But how? Your Majesty, I've been selfish. I was always so concerned with my own feelings and my own pain. I reached out in trembling hands and set it atop one of his hands. Now I realize you were trying to help. It might have been lackluster, but you genuinely tried. It had been so unfair to you, just like Mother was. I do not know if words are enough to make up for what I have done, but I am sorry. I am sorry for being so cruel to you. Please, I need you. I stare hard into my father's eyes, but there is no movement, no recognition. I dip my head in warning and bite my lip as I try to think of another way to save him. But my thoughts subside when a flash of light permeates my vision. It is only for a moment, but when I look up, I can suddenly see life in my father's eyes. Viviana? Your Majesty! I reach out to hug him, and he wraps his arms around me. I feel like I've been asleep for a long time. And then I heard your voice. It sounded as if you needed me. What has happened? He hides emotion behind me and raises his eyebrows. He attempts to stand, but his knees shake and buckle. Buckle? How do you say that? I duck underneath one of his arms to help. I duck, not a duck. I duck underneath one of his arms to help him back onto the throne. The thing stiffens as he glances at the battles ensuing behind him and behind me. Sir Mitrus and Sir Fritz? What is going on here? The thing has broken the enchantment? Impossible. I told you not to underestimate her. Your Majesty, we need to get you out of here. What is happening here? Mother suddenly materialized in the center of the room, standing right before Mitrus and Fritz, who has the witch at sword point against the front door. But Mother is not alone. Mother has Parfait in a tight grip. At the moment I call her name, she releases her, and Parfait tumbles to the floor. Crimson stains her dress. Parfait, you're bleeding! Parfait does not move to acknowledge me. Fate would not let go, so I had to bring her with me. Not that it matters. What did he do to her? Where are the others? They retreated like cowards persistent things. I would have killed them had Fate not sacrificed herself. I let out of sight. I let out of a sigh of relief. They're all okay and alive. You still care so much about those traitors? I cannot understand your attachment to them. Mother turns her attention away from me and to the two men who are at a standstill. Mitrus, you disappoint me. With a flick of her hands, Fritz is pulled away from Mitrus and across the throne room toward me. I move to steady Fritz as he stumbles beside me. I'm so sorry, my queen. I have given you too many chances to prove yourself worthy. You have failed me too many times, Myth. You are of no use to me anymore. But my queen, I have done everything you wanted me to. Please give me one more chance. I promise Silence. Mother's voice is as cold as sharp eyes. Leave before I erase you from my sight. Please, my queen. Mother casts a spell at Mitrus that is all too familiar. It's the same spell she used to kill Laura. Mitrus does not even have a chance to defend himself as Mother's spell shocks his body. It's just such a pest. I didn't even know why I kept that useless fool all these years. Slowly turned to look at Mitrus. He's no longer standing, but lays unmoving on the floor. I felt bile rising in my throat. I cannot believe Mother just did that to him. How could you take away the man's life so easily, Wilder? How can you be so heartless? It is the first time I have ever heard my father speak to Mother that way. Heartless? I'm heartless? Someone shattered my heart many years ago, when you haunted my kind. You did this to me. Out of the corner of my eye I notice movement. In moments, Parfait moves to stand before us, blocking us from Mother. Even though our clothes are soaked in blood, and she is clearly wounded, Parfait has never looked so regal before. You. Parfait's hands move, before resting over her chest, where light begins to gather in her hands. In the blink of an eye, a glittering gold crystal appears above her hands. Is that the Lucy's? But the light the Lucy is emitting is uneven, and as I look closer, I can see that it's cracked. What are you doing? The only thing that can stop you. My heart plummets as I realize what Parfait is going to do. Parfait, no. Parfait hears me, she gives no indication. If you do this, you'll die, Fate. You'll die and remove all magic from Angel forever. Nothing else will stop you, will it? Your hatred for the humans, the corruption from the Tenebrarum, runs too deep. I see that now. Magic was never meant to be used with malice, Hildur. So long as witches can be corrupted, magic will always pose a threat. I can't allow that to happen. I wanted to change things with Laura, but what gives you the right to decide what to do with the magic? I'm the Lucy's bearer. I have a responsibility to maintain balance. But I see now that there can be no balance when the chrysalim exists. Light begins to gather, first around Parfait's feet and then around her body. It slowly begins to make its way toward Mother. In no time at all, the light swarms around their bodies. A white crystal silently appears in front of Mother, the Tenebrarum. I won't let you do this, Fate. It's too late for that. The golden light of the Lucis intensifies. I can hear the crystal shattering from the inside out. No! The Tenebrarum breaks soon after, its fragments slowly fading with the bright light. Mother and Parfait's image begin to do the same, despite Mother's struggle. Both they and the crystalline slowly dissipate into the mist. No! I lunge forward, but Fritz's arms are suddenly around my waist, holding me still. Mother snarls as she attempts to escape Parfait, but the light around her creates a thick box she cannot escape from. How would you die for the humans? You would die for the humans? The humans that have hunted my kind because of their fairy tales? No, I'm dying for you, Wilder. So that for once, I may save you from yourself. Mother shocks out a laugh. You are fool, Fate. Perhaps I am, but at least I will die with hope in my heart. Mother turns to look at me in the blinding light. Her face concentration never wavers as she turns to settle her eyes on me as well. Mother's face is fading in the glow, but her voice is clear. I truly did love you, Viviana. Everything I have done, everything I did out of love. Parfait smiles at me gently. It is a silent goodbye. There is a brief burst of light, and for a few moments I'm blinded. When my vision returns, I see Fritz first. He is staring where Parfait and Mother had been only moments ago. On the floor, where they stood moments ago, there is now only dust. With the loss of the crystallum, magic vanished from Angel. All the fairy tale's curse broke it simultaneously, and all witches and fairies lost their power. As soon as it disappeared, I turned to an education centered around knowledge of Angel rather than magic. I had decided back then that I would do anything to help Angel and these people, and it needed to start first with educating myself. I started to follow my father on his trips around the kingdom. I'd even started to accompany Melaine on all her trips outside the palace. Fritz has remained by my side for the past month. He comes with me every day I visit the graves. Carefully so, as not to disturb the flowers Julian had left earlier, I leaned down to place my lilies by each gravestone. Garland, Flora, Parfait, and the last is always the hardest. With a deep breath, I walk up to the fourth gravestone. I stare at it for a long time before I finally set a lily down. Mother. Fritz and I stand there in silence as we grieve for the lives lost that day. I look up into the sky and smile as I stare at the warm rays of the sun. I shift my gaze at Fritz, who smiles at me. He has never left my side since that day. Fritz has already told me that he loves me, but I have yet to tell him my own feelings. Fritz? Yes? I didn't have the chance to ask this before, but how can you possibly love me? I have been so horrible, not just to you, but to everyone around me. Fritz's expression softens. It gently tilts my chin upward so that I have to look at him as he speaks. For as long as I've known you, you've had to deal with things no one should have to go through. You were forced to live in the queen's shadow because others refused to see past your relationship with her. You've been alone for so long, and I could see how much you were hurting. But despite all that pain, you remained strong. You've always been strong. From the beginning, all I've wanted to be was someone you could rely on, someone you could trust, someone who could always be there for you. I must have trusted him from the beginning too. Fritz was the only one I allowed to get close to me. I did not look away from him, but instead I stared back into his eyes with conviction. I knew I may not have shown it, but I did trust you. I've always been able to tell you wore your heart on your sleeve. I do not. Fritz laughs at the slight cockiness of his smile. Reminds me a little bit of someone else. It's been years since you became my responsibility. Once I learned your tales, you became an open book. He surprises me by putting his forehead to mine. The feeling of him so close is comforting. I love the way you're careful with whatever you consider precious. I love how your eyes light up when you eat a good pastry. I love whenever you rely on me. I bite down my own lip as I blink back tears. No one has ever had that kind of fate on me. Before I knew it, you'd made a spot for yourself in my heart. I began to hope that one day I could be as dear to you as you were to me. I sat up at Fritz, the tears pooling in my eyes. He wipes away a tear before it can roll down my cheek. I've never felt so serious before. I do not step away when he leans forward to plant a kiss on my forehead. I hold out my hand and Fritz comes to my side. I feel the warmth to his fingers and smile. When things begin to overwhelm me, he never fails to calm me. I grip his hand more tightly. Viviana? Love you. You know that, right? I've known for a while, but it's nice to hear it all the same. Then I'll say it for as long as you want me to. For the rest of our lives, then? The princess and the knight, huh? Does that matter? No, it doesn't. Even if there was such a rule, I've abolished it once I become queen. Fritz starts to laugh. As always, his laughter is full of so much joy it lifts my heart. I want to hear it for the rest of my life. Maybe, just maybe, I'll be able to. And now it's only um, Waltz that is missing, and I'm starting with a bad ending again, and then going for a good ending. And now, as you can see, Fritz has also appeared here, leaving only Alts left to appear, because only when you get both endings, both bad and good ending, the character will appear here in the respective curse that they have. Except us, we are here since the beginning. But, yeah. So now we are starting again. And let me just see something here. Okay, we are still missing 2. Ah, how do I get this? Because this is before this. I think it makes sense if this is before this, because I'm still missing 4 dreams that probably will appear now, because I don't have. I only have this from Waltz. Yeah, let's just start and go for roads around. When you view the tutorial, would you like to view the tutorial? No. Once upon a time, in a kingdom far, far away, there were 2 crystals. One was the crystal Lucis, protected by the ruler of the fairies. The other one was a crystal Tenebrarum, which was watched over by the high leader of the witches. The Lucis was tainted by love, happiness, and joy. Tenebrarum by fear, anger, and hatred. The fairies and witches lived in harmony with the humans of the kingdom. They regulated the powers of the crystals in order to maintain balance between darkness and light. For there can be no joy without sadness, no courage without fear. The kingdom was at peace for a time. Then one day a traveling bard decided to write stories, tales of the magic and wonders of the kingdom. He named these stories fairy tales. In fairy tales, the light always emerged victorious, and true love was the usual reward. The fairies prayed further than could have been predicted. The fairy tales pushed further than could have been predicted. The humans of the kingdom began to believe that fairy tales were true, and that the magic of the witches was utterly wicked and cruel. The witches became hated and feared. Eventually, they were hunted like animals, the witch hunt. The high leader of the witches, in all of her anger, created a fairy tale curse. You think we are wicked? So be it. Just as you have taken our happily ever afters, we should take yours. The witches used the fairy tale curse to attack humans indiscriminately, ultimately throwing the kingdom into chaos and darkness. The ruler of the fairies, the Lucis bearer, saw they regained peace, but the witches were blinded by their hatred for humans, who were responsible for their witch genocide. A terrible war, the Great War, began. Eventually the Tenebrarum bearer, the high leader of the witches, was finally defeated. The Tenebrarum was lost, peace was restored, and the light once again triumphed. But darkness can never fully disappear. It awaits in the shadows, patience for when its times will inevitably return. Prologue: The Ice Princess. My name is Iviana Riela Brighton, daughter of King Gennaro Brighton III. I am the crown princess of the kingdom of Angiel. At least, that was who I would use it to be. But that was before yesterday, when I became a victim of the famous fairy tale curse. Everyone has forgotten my birthright. Now I'm nothing more than a lowly peasant. I feel like I'm stuck in a nightmare. No, this is my reality now. I still have no idea what I must do to break this curse. I close my eyes and remember that day. It started out like any other day. Have you heard? Another person was cursed. I'm on my way to the dining hall for breakfast when I stop and listen to the sound of hushed voices. There are two maids standing next to each other, with brooms in hand. These two are slacking off again. That's terrible. What fairy tale curse was it? They said it was Pinocchio. Pinocchio? The fairy tale with the lying boy whose nose grows longer? That's awful. You know, more and more people have been getting cursed lately. You think those wicked witches are up to something again? I thought the fairy tale curses would stop after you-know-who was defeated. You two are hired to work, not talking. We're sorry, Your Highness. As can only be expected from the likes of them. Another fairy tale curse? The fairy tale curse started spreading even before the Great War began. I do not have much interest in its effects even now. After all, most humans probably deserve to get cursed. The victims are weak. Angel would be better off without a dead weight. If it were up to Mother, the curse would have been banished from Angel the instant they fell prey of it. But Mother is not here anymore. And she will not come back ever. Princess, the king and queen are waiting in the dining hall. I'm on my way. The king, Ophelia, and Rod are all present in the dining hall. Someone is conspicuously missing, but I ignore their absence. Good morning, Diana. Good morning, Your Majesty. Good morning, Diana. Diana? Ophelia? Philo Windensov. Every day I wonder why my father, the king, married a lowly baker. She could never be a true queen, as she pales in comparison to Mother. I take my seat next to the king, then look up to the person sitting opposite to me. Rod Benedict Windensov, my stepbrother, is bored and quiet as usual. He's 2 years my junior and is the younger of Ophelia's children. He is mute and uses a plush bunny to voice his thoughts. It was apparently given to him by a fairy. He minds his own business and it's easy to deal with. But his older sister... My eyes go to the empty seat beside him. She's probably the most infuriating person I have ever had the displeasure of knowing. I'm so sorry I'm late. I was reading and forgot the time. And here she is. Good morning, dear father, mother. Good morning, Rod. And good morning to you too, Diana. It's a beautiful morning, isn't it? Emmeline Windesov, Rod's elder sister and my stepsister. She acts as if we were both, as if she too were born a princess. As if she could be crown princess, perhaps till my place. I'll never let that happen. Now that everyone is here, let us begin. Butlers glide inside with silver trays to carefully serve us breakfast. So, Emmeline, you are reading the fairy tale books that the king brought you? Oh, yes. There are so many, and they are all so wonderful. Thank you so much, Father. I'm happy that you like them. I love them. It's so strange that the library didn't have any of them to begin with. It is because Mother hated them. She had all the books burned. Huh? But then why? They are so charming stories, such charming stories. Fairy tales mislead humans into believing they can have things they do not deserve. Fame, riches, love, happily ever afters. And when their wishes do not come to fruition exactly as they wanted them to, the humans blame the witches for granting them in the first place. What are you implying about the witches, Viviana? The atmosphere shifts. The hair is in the room growing heavy. I continue to eat. Perhaps witches are not responsible for the evil in this world. Perhaps humans are the cause of their own downfall. Have you, have you, have you any idea what you are talking about, child? Witches have caused nothing but pain and suffering to this kingdom. Even now, they still spread the fairy tale curse to our innocent subjects. The truth is, I know very little about the time the witches had free reign over Angel. I was very young then, and Mother forbade me to leave the palace, sometimes even my room. I know nothing of the people's supposed pain and suffering. Mother kept me away from everyone, and so I cannot bring myself to care. How do you know the curses are? How do you know the curses are innocent? Our people have been toiling day and night to rebuild Angel after the Great War. Our people and the kingdoms are the kingdom foundation, and I'm endlessly grateful for their determination and resolve. Every day I wonder what your mother thought you about. Leave Mother out of this. Dear, please. Viviana, darling, your father didn't mean to. I'm not one of your children, Ophelia. I do not need your sympathy. Viviana, you will show your mother respect. She's not my mother. I set down my fork and knife and stand up. I'm done. Excuse me. My father and I have never gone, but our relationship has significantly worsened since he married the baker. My father, the king. It has been 17 years, and I have never felt any love from him. He treats Emmeline and Rod, who only entered our life 1 year ago, like his own children, better than he has ever treated me. This has been my life ever since Mother passed away 4 years ago. Mother was the only one that was there for me when no one else was. If it wasn't for the accident during the Great War, she would still be here. Why the sour face so early in the morning, Princess? Let me guess. It's a king, the queen, or Princess Emmeline? Or it's all of them? Ignore this question. Fritz, what are you doing here so early? I'm reading some errands for my father. Fitzgerald Aiden Leverton, son of the highest knight of the Order of Caldera. His father, Sir Alcaster, has served the royal family for many years. Sir Alcaster is one of the king's most trusted advisors. 3 years ago, Fritz was assigned the honor of becoming my personal knight. His presence is the only company I can tolerate nowadays. I should wait in the throne room then. Thank you. Princess? Yes? You know I haven't seen you smile once since I met you. Why is that of any importance? Still, I do hope to see you smile one day, Princess. Well, I won't take up more of your time. I'll see you at 10. 10? Don't tell me I've forgotten. Forgotten what? You're going to the town, remember? I deflate as the realization dawns upon me. It has been 2 days since the king issued me the order. Viviana, I would like you to accompany Elaine on one of our town outgoings. Surely you could send maids with her instead. I would. I would not have requested you to accompany her if I was going to send her with her maids. I want you to make an effort to get along with your sister, stepsister. She's your sister, and you will treat her and Rod as if they were of your blood. 2 days from now, you are going to accompany Elaine outside. Huh? It has been 4 years since you last left the palace. Ever since then, you have locked yourself away. You barely leave your room. Angel was in the grip of war back then, but now the kingdom is safe and back into its former glory. I want you to see how beautiful Angel really is. Diviana, a princess must know her kingdom. Go with Elaine, and she will show you the town that you only ever see through your windows. Is that an order? If it needs to be? Are we clear? Diviana, understood. The last time I left the palace was 4 years ago, when the king took me with him. Oh my god, this little took me with him to shake on the people after the Great War was ended. Shake my head, removing myself from the memory. I'm safe here. Princess, are you alright? It won't be that bad. The townsfolk are good people. How can you be so sure? Times have changed. People change. That is precisely the problem. Mother never changed. Mother loved me until the end. Sometimes change is for the better, princess. I think you'll see that today. If you'll excuse me, I shall see you later. Laura, do you think witches are capable of bringing back the dead? I wish you could talk to me. You and the others. My dolls are my only friends. They are the only ones I can trust. And like humans, they will never betray me. They will never hurt me. They will always be there for me. The moment I saw Laura, I knew she was special. She was different, so elegant and realistic. It was almost as if she was breathing. She was a gift from the king on my 17th birthday. I only started receiving dolls from him when mother passed away. Mother does not believe in birthday celebrations. But every year at midnight, a letter would appear under my door. It would contain instructions leading me through the palace on an adventure to a room filled with gifts, cakes, and sweets. A child's dream. I'd been fascinated by the dolls, which had always held a little greeting card. Card with the words "I love you" and on it signed by Anne. The card would tell me to keep those celebrations a special secret, but I didn't need to be told that. Mother always finds a way to show me that she still cared. In her own way. The secret celebrations had stopped as soon as she had disappeared. Yes? Excuse me, Your Highness. The king has requested your presence. This better not be another lecture. Tell him I'm on my way. I'll see you later, Laura. Oh, Good morning, Your Highness. Demetrius? Demetrius, the royal advisor. Father trusts him a great deal, just like he does our Alcaster. Every day you look more and more like your mother. And I sometimes find Sir Demetrius talking to Mother's portrait when he thinks no one is looking. He must have admired her a lot, but I cannot bring myself to think highly of him. There is something about him that puts me on edge. Are you on your way to see the king? I shall not keep you then. Until our next meeting, dear princess. Your Majesty? Tiziana, are you ready? You will enjoy this, Tiziana. I've heard this toy shop has lovely dolls. This will be good for you. You will get to know your sister better. You will be able to interact with and learn about the people of Angel, about our subjects. I will not learn anything I do not already know. Why do you always believe that people around you are incapable of good? Because I've seen how quickly people will betray and manipulate each other to get what they want. Mother warned me about human nature. You do not see clearly, Diviana. If you would only open your eyes, you would be able to see how good people really are. I believe I am already quite capable of seeing the true nature of people. After all, I've seen that there is no good in you. Diviana, where were you when I needed you 4 years ago? Where have you been ever since? Back then, I'd been overflowing with grief and pain. I just lost Mother, my entire world. I'd hoped that maybe then he would have shown me love and compassion. Even just a hug to let me know someone was there. It had been a childish hope. I had been left alone. I did not see him for months. I'd barely even heard his voice. You cannot rely on anyone but yourself. You cannot trust anyone but yourself. This is what you have taught me, Your Majesty. I know that I've hurt you. I know that there is nothing I can do to atone for that what I did. Please, Ophelia and the children are not part of that. They do not deserve to be hated. In the end, it still mattered more to him than I ever did. Diana, I already said I will go. Everyone is waiting outside. I shudder at the thought of leaving the palace after so many years. Diana, it will be okay. Can you be so sure? Thank you for agreeing to accompany Emmeline. I would not disobey an order from the king. Excuse me. Hello, how can I help? Eureka! Princess Emmeline. How good to see you. I trail Emmeline, ignoring her as she embraces her friends. I glance around the small shop. The dolls displayed are nowhere near the quality of the ones in my room. I cannot understand why Emmeline insisted she buy gifts for her friends here. I cannot believe I almost out of the palace. There's no need to be tense, princess. I would never let anything happen to you. Your only job is to relax and enjoy yourself. You asked impossible of me. There is no need to be formal, Fiorica. I'm still the same as I was. Ah, yes. Rod came along as well. It's been a while, Fiorica. It's good to see you again too, Rod. And I must introduce you to Her Highness the Crown Princess Diviana. The look on Viorica's face as she takes a step back from me is all too familiar. Fear. I apologize for being so rude, Your Highness. Good morning. And this is Sir Fitzgerald, Alcaster's son. It's a pleasure to meet you, my lady. Oh, so you're Sir Fitzgerald. You really are as handsome as Emmeline described in her letters. I'm sorry? Please don't mind her, Sir Fitzgerald. I'm sorry, Emmeline. Right. So, what brings you all the way here? Well, I'm here to get some toys. Gifts for some of new friends. Toys from here? Are you sure? Of course I am. I cross my arms. I'd prefer we finish this event as quickly as possible. Yes, of course. I'm sorry, Your Highness. Princess, I can barely breathe in here. I just want to go back to the palace. Good morning. Up until this point, I had always considered Mother to be the fairest beauty in the lands. Oh my god. The lady that walks in proves me wrong. Her beauty is mesmerizing and clear without peer. Everyone in the shop is openly staring. Oh, you're here late today, ma'am. Have some important errands to run later today. Are the items ready now? Oh, of course. Let me go and fetch them for you. I'll just be one moment, Emmeline. Why is she smiling at me? Here you are, ma'am. Thank you. This lady was beautiful. Right? Any girl standing next to her becomes awfully ugly by comparison. Who is she? She's new around town. Some say that she's a fairy. A fairy? Fairies had saved Angel from the witches 4 years ago. Everyone considers them our saviors. And yet the fairies are still unable to stop the fairy tale curse from spreading. Here you go. Thank you so much. No, thank you, Viorica. I hope to drop by again soon. Good. I look forward to seeing you again. I hope to see you again soon too as well, Rod. Likewise. Leaving the palace was a bad idea. While I'm out, I'm the center of attention. Somehow, some town folks point and stare at me, most however make a point of avoiding me. Like I'm the plague. There are some spiteful stares, but thankfully, none are nearly as intense as they were 4 years ago. I'm sure the town folks are only surprised to see you again after so many years. Right. Fritz and Rod lag behind us, which leaves only Emmeline walking beside me. I cannot decide which is worse, the staring or her company. Oh, Diviana, look! The street performance! It's been so long since I've watched one. Street performance? Good day, everyone. Oh, sorry, I'm just taking care of a bot. In which server are you? Sorry about decided to DM me. My name is Waltz. I am here to spread some happiness and magic. The boy named Waltz snaps his fingers and the colorful flower petals start to rain down from the sky. Isn't that pretty, Diviana? And are those the princess over there? It's an honor to have you in the attendance. Please, accept this humble gift. He snaps his fingers and white lilies appear in his hand. Oh, thank you. Welcome back now, here. The game is going so well so far. I will be here for like 40 minutes more or less, and then call it a day. And thank you for the redeems. I already got Fritz good ending, and now we are going to start all over again. But this time we are going to Waltz Road. That is the only road that is left. And first I'll try to get the bedding thing first, because we cry tears for bedding first. Because I normally end up that. Yes, let me just check if I didn't kill my mic. Okay, I didn't. But yeah. So yeah. Crying for Waltz first, yay! We're still on the prologue, so we aren't even like chapter 1 and everything. Because there is 10 chapters, but there is a prologue before and I can skip. Technically I can skip, but I don't know, I like that it's more into the story if you do like the intro and the prologue, except the big questions from the lore and parfait, those I skip. The bug looks at me as if expecting some kind of reaction. When he gets nothing from me, he sighs and gives me a bright smile. I hope to see you again during my next show. We'll definitely try. He gratefully bows before moving back into his area to perform more magic tricks for a gathering crowd. There are performers like this all around NGL. I love them. Maybe someday we'll get to see some musicians too. Those are my favorites. I do not intend to leave the palace again. But you don't like it out here? Rather than I grew up here. I love Angiel. And this is my favorite part of the kingdom. I wanted to share this with you, Diviana. I know you didn't really wanted to come, but you still tagged along. That means a lot to me, so thank you. I did not do this for you. I'm only here because the king ordered me to go with you. I just want us to be closer, Diviana. I would like to try and be your friends. I do not want to or need your friendship. No matter how you act around me, we are not and will never be sisters. I'd care to remember that if I were you. But Rod suddenly grabs my hand, pulling me away from Emmeline. Stop. He's staring daggers at me. I think this is the first time I have ever seen him angry. Rod, don't let me go. Both of you out to stay away from me. Oopsie. I feel the heavy atmosphere as I turn to look at the people staring at us. Their expressions mirror the looks of this Dan I saw years ago. Anger, disgust, hatred. I begin to walk away. Princess, wait! Don't follow me. Princess. I adjust my cloak, making sure my face is hidden from view. I never should have left the palace. Why am I hating on me? As I walk around, I watch the people bumbling down the streets. So carefree. They would work so hard for so little reward. They could work their entire lives and never have a fraction of what I have. And yet, they are happy. And I heard Anais lost her job at the palace. It's true. Crown Princess Viviana made sure the poor girl was fired. I stopped in my tracks at the mention of my name. Not again. Anais? Was that the name of the maid that tore Dolores' dress? If so, my decision not to fire her was justified. A palace maid cannot be clumsy. Why should I tolerate poor performance? What did I do that was so wrong? I know that Anais, hardworking and big-hearted, very good with medicine. Shame she lost her job so quickly. You know how hard the crown princess is to please. My friend at the palace says she doesn't even smile, only goes around with that cold look on her face. That's probably why they call her the Ice Princess. Ice Princess? So all those times I heard the servants saying that, I'd always suspect they were talking about me. She's the complete opposite of our Princess Emily. That child's an angel. We all know she would be the crown princess. And I begin to simmer inside me. I cannot stand hearing anymore, so I walk away. Ever since Emily entered my life, I'm always being compared to her. And now I've become second best. I'm the Cinderella Brighton, daughter of King Gennaro Brighton III and the crown princess of the kingdom of Angiel. I'm of royal blood. She's nothing. There you are. Princess, you must come back with me. It's getting too late for you to remain outside. Princess? Are you alright? Are you hurt? I brush him off and turn away. No need to fuss. Let us return to the palace. Leaving the palace was physically and mentally draining. My bed is welcoming to my unusual heavy body. I turn my head and meet Dolores' glassy gaze from where she sits on my shelf. I left the palace today, Laura. It was the same as all those years ago. Everyone looked at me like I was... What have I ever done to deserve those looks? How can I be so hated? Nice princess. I wish Mother was here. I look at the smiley faces of my dolls. Celeste has still have all of you. I want to stretch my arms. Good night, Laura. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. How I wonder what you are. Singing? But who? Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. I blink my eyes open to see Dolores sitting right in front of me on my bed. Moonlight spilled across her delicate features. How I wonder what you are. Wasn't she on the shelf with all the other dolls when I went to bed? Laura? It's almost time. Hmm? I pinch my cheeks to make sure I'm not dreaming. It hurts. Only 10 minutes before the clock strikes 12. Hope you're ready, princess. What? My doll just turned into a human? How? Who are you? I know who I am. I've been watching you since the day our father gave me to you. What is happening? I don't think I have ever been so confused in my life. All the answers will come with time. But right now, I'm here to give you something, princess. Is this Cinderella's very own glass slipper? It's so beautiful. It is beautiful, too beautiful. Then a realization began to dawn upon me. You're a witch? Smart girl. Knew you'd figure that out eventually. Now, it's time to say goodbye to your precious crown. What? Sweet dreams, Cinderella. And now the prologue is ended. More or less. Hey, wake up, girl. Mm-hmm. Oopsie. Where am I? Oh, my head. You have some nerve sleeping in front of my shop. Leave before a customer sees you. I was in my room. How am I here? Did you not hear what I said? You filthy child. Filthy? You speak to your crown princess in such a manner? If you're the crown princess, then I'm the queen. You must have been knocked on the head quite hard to have such grand delusions. I'm not an illusional. I'm Diana Riella Brighton, blood daughter of King Gennaro Brighton III, and the crown princess of Angiel. Right. The king never had a daughter with that witch. Is she referring to mother? Witch? Don't pretend to be stupid, girl. I cannot stare at her. I can only stare at her paisley. Our good king only has stepchildren, Princess Emiline and Prince Rod, and you are most definitely not neither of them. What? Now, get gone before I go spouting your crazy gibberish at my customers and scare them away. With a huff, she leaves me to my own rapidly turning thoughts. I quickly realize that I'm only wearing tattered clothes and that I do not even have shoes on. No. This cannot be happening. Something shines against my chest. I reach up to grab it. This is... It all floats back. The Lori being a witch, Cinderella's glass slipper. This was not a dream. Laura gave me the fairy tale curse. My hands begin to tremble. I must return to the palace to speak with the king. Let me in. Sorry, girl, but this place is off limits to uninvited guests. I do not understand. I'm the Crown Princess Diana Riella Brighton. I must speak with my father. I must speak with my father. As loath as I am to call him that, I have to. No one will believe me if I address him by title. You best leave now, nice and quiet, before we have to force you. If you would only make way for the king. The gates swing open and 3 horses trot out. Soldiers ride 2 of the horses, while the last horse has a different family rider. Father. Immediately moved to block the path of his horse. The soldiers moved to hold me back. Your Majesty, what is this? Your Majesty, this girl is claiming to be your daughter. Daughter? Both my stepchildren are in the palace right now. What? Even father is part of this? Father, you must help me. A witch has cursed me. For once in your life, just once. Help me. You must believe me. Tell me, where is your family, child? Why are you all alone? He looks at me with pity in his eyes. He's looking at me more kindly as a peasant than he ever did when I was the crown princess and his daughter. I recoil. You must be angry. Take this. This should feed you and your family for a day or two. The kingdom offers work opportunities to those who need them. Please let your parents know. I do not want your pity, father. Please, escort this girl back to her home. Make sure she gets there safely. At once, your majesty. I watch my father as his two guards ride away from on their horses, leaving me to stand. They just left me alone again. Where is your home, girl? There is nowhere left for me to go. Mother has forgotten me. Leave me. Now look here, our orders were to leave me alone. Suit yourself. I can't say we didn't try. Yeah, I don't know why, but from time to time that happens to me. I'm sorry. Don't cause any more scenes, little girl. I watched with burly eyes as the soldiers returned to the palace. How can this be happening? I stared at the small pouch in my hands. I do not know what hurts more. The fact that I have just been unceremoniously paraded away from my home like I am nothing more than a piece of garbage, or the fact that my own father does not recognize me. Oh, look at that girl's hideous dress. How difficult it is to be poor. I clutch the pouch closer to my chest as I run to the empty alley. I huddle in the corner, trying to become as small as possible. I squeeze my eyes shut, hoping that when I next open them, everything will be back to normal. No matter what happens, you must not leave the palace. Why? The world is cruel. People will only ever hurt you. But they are always so nice to me. That is only because you are the crown princess. You will only ever think of what they can take from me. Also, a little like small Easter egg. This doll here that we are holding, their first game that is I think only available on itch.io. I don't remember. Like the first game that was called Locked Heart or Locked Heart, something like that. Had like a really similar character like this. Like if I'm not mistaken, the maid from the house was like she was also cursed, and she looked exactly like this. So like there is like a little bit of Easter egg and the mix on it. They will only ever think of you, of what they can take from you. I'm trying to protect you, my love. That is why you must never leave the palace. The doll, no. To be honest, from the cards in the story, Like the main character, in terms of like personality wise and some choice and everything, she looks more like me, but the mother looks more like how I imagine my VTuber model. My VTuber PNG, because like it should be a hair color because I prefer like orange instead of like pinkish red. It depends on the PQ. And also because of my bang. My bang is exactly the same as mother uses, instead of like these hairties that I have. But I like it, but I also normally try to pick like hairstyles like this when I can't have like that bang that I normally have to one side. Never leave mother. I'm the only one who will ever love you so much. Do you understand? I understand. Chapter 1. The Martian. And now saving. When I open my eyes, I am still on the streets. I must have fallen asleep. But the nightmare continues. I am cold in my rags. I hold myself for warm, wetting some of the cold away, but fail. My feet are numb and in pain, caked in a dirt that I have gathered from walking barefoot around town. Well, there's a frightful sight. Beggar problem thought she could. Beggar probably thought she could try her luck with a novelty that lives around here. Oh, just look how ragged she looks. What are you looking at? At two women that lack the basic manners of a noble upbringing. Silence, girl. Do you know who you're talking to? No, I don't care. What a nerve. Let's just go. There's no reason to stop to a commoner's level. I will remember you, and once I break this curse, I'll make you regret for your words. I became acutely aware of the fact that I haven't not eaten anything for almost a day. I've been sitting here, thinking on the new mess that is my life. But mopping around will not break my curse. Crying will not help either. I should find that witch first, but how? I have no idea where she is. Laura, I swear, I will make you regret doing this to me. When I find you, I will find food first. Is all the king thinks I'm worth? Leave, girl. A dirty peasant will like you. Has no place in this restaurant. But why? I can pay. Find another place. You're scaring away my customers. Am I not a customer? Shoo, there is nothing for you here. You just swatted me away like a fly. The nerve. Seeing that this will get me nowhere, I bow my hands into fists and walk away. I get the same treatment at the next three restaurants. At the next three restaurants I try, I'm treated as something less than dirt, like my money has no real value. I'm the crown princess. They have no right to turn me away like this. I've been eating stale bread, anything to keep the anger at bay. The bread barely helps. Out of the corner of my eye I notice a small bakery. There are croissants on display that make my mouth water. Slowly I begin to make my way over there. My feet ache with every step. They look and feel even worse than before. If only I had enough coins for a pair of shoes. But food is more important. The rags that I am wearing and the pouch of money are all that I have, and I need to prioritize. And I will die before I beg. 2 croissants. You'll need to pay, girl. There are no free handouts here. I take a coin from my pouch and hand it to her. This should be more than enough. The shop owner stares at the coin before reluctantly taking it. She hands me 2 croissants in a paper bag. I'll not ask where you got those coins. Are you implying that I stole them? How else would a beggar like you get that amount of money, of coin? Now, be off with you, child. I won't have you scaring away any other customers. Without another word, I turn and stare to walk away from the woman. So this is the goodness of the people of Angel. I take a bite out of one of the croissants, cringing a little at the dryness. Hey girl, what now? We saw you at that shop. Want to share how you got your coins there? Excuse me? Huh? Look at her, brushing us like she's royalty or something. Let me go. You ain't no better than us. Now, be a good girl and hand over that pouch. The man on my left grabs at my pouch and attempts to yank it away from me. I will not let these brutes take anything from me. I elbow the man in the stomach and aim a kick at the other man's shin. I have an opening and I take it. What? I pull myself free and begin to run as fast as I can. Hey! Where do I go? I'm not familiar with the streets at all. It's highly likely I'm just going to eat a dead hand. Where should I go? So, since now I'm just trying to get like Walt's end, this choice for the first time, for the second time, because there's also karma. For the second time, this choice actually has an effect on the course of the story. So I think, if I'm not mistaken, Walt is on the right and karma is on the left. So since I'm trying to have Walt and Walt's bad ending, I'm choosing left right now to have like the wrong choice, to be closer to the bad ending. But I'm sure here that Walt's, I'm not sure, but I'm more certain that Walt is on the right. I believe, I hope so. I cannot let the pain in my feet or my exhaustion stop me. If I stop now, they will definitely catch me. Taking my coins might not be the worst thing they do. That end? Nowhere left to run now, girl. What do I do? Yep, this is karma. Oh. Who are you, gentlemen? This is definitely not how you treat a lady. Huh? Who's there? A shadow looms above us. Before I can blink, a person has jumped down in front of me. His body acts as a barrier between the 2 men and me. Who are you? Oh, me? Just a passing gentleman concerning about a damsel in distress. He turns to the man, his expression calm, his eyes flashing dangerously. Now, shall I teach you gentlemen a lesson? He's got a sword. What? Come back here, you coward. The 2 of us can take him. I think our friend has the right idea. I'm not the type to show mercy. This is way too much trouble for a little gold. Are you alright, my lady? You found her. The boy from yesterday. A little slow, aren't you, kid? Don't call me that. These 2 know each other? I don't even know what's going on anymore. I feel healed. My head is pounding and my feet feel simultaneously like they are frozen and on fire. My stomach rumbles, the anger coming back with vengeance. My body feels like light. Princess? Princess! Did the Parfait be able to help her? You're right. We need to move now before anyone else sees us. Yeah. Hang in there, princess. Everything is fading. Dream? What is that in your hand, Viviana? It was hurt. I just wanted to help it, but it died. It was all my fault. It is not your fault, my love. It died because it was weak. But this is the world, Viviana. Only the strong survive. The weak are cast outside to die. You are not weak. You're strong. My crown princess. And you do not cry. Now, wipe your tears. I don't want to see you cry again. You understand? Yes. Now get rid of that thing and wash your hands. Did you not hear me, child? Yes, mother. Oh, you're awake. Where am I? This isn't my room. My hand flies to my chest where the little glass slipper hangs from my neck. Still here. Are you okay, miss? This girl is the maid that tore Dolores' dress. The one I fired for her clumsiness. Miss? To think that I would meet her again here like this. Leave me alone. Right, of course. Here's some salve I made for you. It will help you with the pain. Now what? I haven't thought at all, have you, Ice Princess? You. Suddenly, there she is. Dolores stands before me with a neat smile, looking happy with herself. She is the cause of everything I have been through. All the pain, heartache, and anger. It is her fault. I tried to stand, thinking to give the witch a piece of my mind, but as soon as my feet touched the floor, it shoots up my legs, and falling back to the bed. Ow! You should be more grateful to the girl you just scared away. She's been taking care of you for the past 2 days. 2 days? I've been passed out for 2 days? I'm silently vibrating with anger. Remove the curse, now! Do you think you can just command me to remove the curse in your best princess voice? What do you want, gold? What I want is worth more than all the gold you could have summoned. You could summon in NGL, princess. Besides, haven't you read your fairy tales? The caster cannot take the curse back. You need to focus on breaking the curse yourself if you want your life back. Mother burned the books before I could read more than 1 or 2 of them. I do not think either involve curses, just genies and driving away your voice for legs. It's good you're awake, princess. Parfait, should you really be up and about? Don't fuss, I'm feeling much better. Are you a witch as well? Oh no, my name is Parfait, I'm a fairy. A witch and a fairy in a room? Being friendly with one another? Impossible. Oh, look at her face. You weren't expecting that at all, were you, princess? What is going on? I'm sure you have many questions, princess. How do you know I am the princess? Don't be silly. She's a fairy, of course she knows. I promise we'll do our best to answer your questions. I don't even know where to start. I know, no question, because we have done this so multiple times. This is the fifth time that we are doing it. If we are counting routes, if we are counting like the gameplay in general, it's like the 8th, 10th time. Depends if you want to count the fact that I finished to like Rod and Carmel's Road like back in 2018, 2019. But then since I wanted to go back to the game for some because I changed pieces and everything, my saves were gone, so then I had to speedrun again. So like it's around the 8th, 10th time that I'm doing this. If you count like good endings and everything, like good and bad endings instead of like roads. 3 good deeds and I get my life back. Easier said than done. Said Cinderella, didn't you? Didn't she just go to a ball and find a prince? What does doing good have to do with it? With that? Going to a ball, finding a prince, it's so old-fashioned. No fun in that. Cinderella is a girl with a pure heart. She's always willing to help others, even when they are cruel to her. Anyway, I have brought some clothes for you. I leave them on the table. I'll be waiting outside. There are some people I'd like you to meet. Cannot believe this. I look down at my neatly bandaged feet. I have to admit that while sore, they are nowhere near as painful as they had been 2 days before. Here's some salve I made for you. It will help with the pain. Why would she even care? I was the reason she lost her job at the palace. Oh, she probably doesn't remember me as princess. But still, she has no reason to do such things for me. I ignore the salve for the time being and gingerly stand up, testing my feet for pain. The injury is definitely healing. I slowly walk over the table and change into clothes that have been left there. The dress is nowhere near as luxurious as the ones that I wear in the palace, but still, it is far improved from my rags. Sorry. All my life, I've never had to lift a finger, and now I will not let them see how much they have rattled me. I refuse to break. Just watch me. I'll free myself from this curse. What is this place? There are several people in the room chatting amiably with each other. I notice a girl that has left me the salve by the counter during drinks. But as soon as the people in the room notice me, the room falls into immediately silence. Well, look at what we have here. Ice Princess herself, huh? They know who I am? I didn't think it was true. Curse for her cold-heartedness. As to be expected. You remember who I am, and yet you still treat me like that? Like this? Well, you aren't really a princess anymore, are you? You're one of us now, girl. Everyone, please, you shouldn't be treating a newcomer like this. Princess, let me apologize. They mean no offense. I cannot believe that. Not when the people parfait referring to simply smirk and shrug as I met their gazes. What is this place? Welcome to the Martian Tavern, a home for those with a fairy tale curse. You make it sound like some kind of holiday house. Don't ruin my moment, Laura. Martian Tavern? The Martian was built 2 years ago, when the number of cursed in NGL continued to rise. The goal is to gather those affected so they might help each other break their curse. Of course, I'm also here to provide help as necessary. Only the cursed and those allies with our cause can stay here. The evil and the wicked can never find this place. Most of the people here are cursed. How can these people remember who I am? The cursed are not affected by the conditions of someone else's curse. The condition is simple. Everyone has forgotten who you are, the crown princess. But because these people here are cursed, they still remember your title. It goes without saying that fairies and witches are also not affected. Come, princess, let me introduce you to a few boarders we have at the Martian. Our Fabicons, the serving girl over. This is Anise. She helps out in the Martian and does most of the cooking. I'm sure you understand why she's working here now. I believe she deserves an apology. Miss Laura? What are you talking about? Don't you worry your sweet little head over it. You don't remember what this ice princess did to you, huh? I have nothing to apologize for. Clumsiness does not befit a palace maid, and I only did what was necessary. Well, it's nice to meet you, princess. I'm Anise Willowy. I hope we get along. Really? This is how you're going to start doing good? I don't believe I asked for your opinion. Please, you too, no fighting. I held my tongue as Perfect leads me to two people whose faces are incredibly familiar. They are faces I have seen in the palace before. This is Durian Valiente and Garland Bellroot. How did you know? Both of you were in the Order of Calderon. That's right. They were two of Sir Alcaster's best knights. It was a big surprise when they both left a year ago. I only found out recently that it was because they acted against Sir Alcaster's orders. They were stripped of their titles and dishonorably discharged from service. What are you doing here? We help the fairies. They and Denise are exceptions, and are allowed in this tavern without a curse. Jurian and Garland lend us their strength to help protect the Martian. Protect? From the witches, they do anything to make sure their curses remain unbroken. And what about you? An exception. Also, I'm good, you keep forgetting the good part. Remember, not all witches are evil. Your curse is a test. Test? Originally, the wicked were cursed so that they could learn to change. The curses were meant to teach them a lesson. I'm hoping your curse will teach you a lesson too, Ice Princess. I really am only trying to help you. I don't need you to show me how to change. I just want my life back. Well, to do that, you'll have to break your curse. Try to make some friends, Princess. They might be able to help you break your curse. Oh, I'd love to hang around and watch the princess try to be friendly. I have work to do, Delora. I have work to do, Delora. Fine. Try not to make any more enemies, Princess. The instant Parfait and Delora leave the room, the temperature drops several degrees. Now that I am alone, I felt a cold stare return. This game has like a bad and a good ending, but it also depends on the character road that you pick. So like, since there is like 5 characters for you to pick, like to develop your story with them, each one has 2 endings, so in total you have like 10 endings. That is also why I've been doing this like since my first stream, which means like I've been doing this for almost 1 year, and only now I'm reaching like the last character that I'm missing. Also because there is 10 chapters, like each time I need to do 10 chapters more 1 prologue. disgust, contempt, as if I'm the reason they are cursed and have to take refuge in the marsh in the first place. Like friends, all I ever had are my dolls. I've never needed friends. I'll break this curse on my own. I was told it was rude to stare. One man suddenly stands up, anger apparently in his face. His hands clench and then clench into fists as he glares pointedly at me. Green Garland placed themselves in front of me, shielding me from the man. You know the rules. What happened in the past stays in the past, and no one is allowed to harm anyone else in the Martian. You cannot comply. You are no longer welcome here. No matter, the Ice Princess will get what's coming to her. Throws one last glare my way before sitting down again. Break the rules and you'll get what's coming to you. That goes for everyone here. Trin tone is cold and firm. There is no doubt that she means what she says. So these are the great knights of the Order of Caldera. The Martian begins to settle down, and everyone eventually goes back to their conversations and meals. I walk through an empty table, realizing that I'm being deliberately ignored. I became immersed in my thoughts as I sit down. One thought, however, comes to me immediately. They hate me. They hated me somehow, even when I've only ever left a palace twice in my life. How did this happen? The only people who treat me with any respect were Nis, Shori, and Garland. Is it because I cannot remember who I am? Maybe being in the Martian is not such a good idea. I doubt anyone here wants to help me break my curse. They'd probably rather see me suffer under its weight. Very good deeds? How am I supposed to complete 3 when I do not know if I can even accomplish 1? May I join you? I look up and stare in shock. The beautiful lady from the toy shop. Her beauty still managed to take my breath away. What is she doing here? You're in the toy shop. Ah, yes. I was there picking up some items for a friend. I'm humbled you still remember me. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Miss Karma. Her name is Karma? Suitable name for someone as beautiful as me, no? Karma, your Nazism is going to scare the princess away. Oh, you are that magician boy. Boy? Oh, how appropriate, boy. Call me that one more time and I will ruin that pretty face of yours. You would not. You would hit a lady? How savage. Anyway, I'm Walt Creswell. I have the Neverland curse. What about you, princess? What's your fairy tale curse? Does everyone share what their curses is? We talk about it freely in the Martian. The whole point is helping each other break our curses after all. Ours to do that if we keep our fairy tales quiet. He pauses, then narrows his eyes slightly. Well, some people keep their fairy tales a secret. He eyes Karma briefly, cocking an eyebrow. The smile never leaves Karma's face. Has anyone managed to break their curse? I've been told that a few have. A few? That's not very reassuring. Well, at least the curses can be broken. I cannot particularly say that reassures me either. What ails you, darling? Is it your curse? You can talk to us about it. Tell us what it is. Cinderella? Oh goodness, Cinderella. That explains the nature of your curse, only it's been reversed, hasn't it? Riches to rags. That's one way to put it, of putting it. Karma, you're not helping. You really are better off ignoring him, princess. He mostly speaks nonsense. He? Okay. And I'm going to stop here. I'm going to stop here because I have a stream tomorrow and I've been talking for 3 hours straight and I feel pain in my throat, so I'm going to sleep. But before I read some more. Let me see who's online. I didn't talk. I'll be streaming today though. Strange. Oh, Alex is on. I never rated Alex. How long has he been on? 2 hours. Oh, he's probably ending. Yeah, he's ending. I was so happy because I was going to read Alex. What year is on? How long is she on? Yeah, 5 hours, nope. Hmm. 3 hours to... Okay. Okay, this one. 2 hours. Cereal. 3 hours. Hmm. I think I'm going to raise F. Because I know that he's going to stay for a long time. Because other people that I never rated on, I would like to rate. They are streaming. They are streaming for a long time. Thank you for the hydration, Oliver. But yeah, I'm going to rate F. If all is in doubt, rate F. That's like... Because I know that he's someone that is going to stream for longer periods of time without like other people that I never read before. Because I know that Yuri also streams for long, but sometimes she ends at this time, sometimes she ends earlier. It also depends. And I read this founder pretty recently, so I don't want to read it her again. I wanted to read Alex, but he was ending because Alex is almost on the same time zone as me. So it's also normal. I just didn't know for when it started, but when I saw that was on my list at the time. So we are going to read F. So the raid master will be very because I don't know how to put gems. So the raid message is this one for Huisa. And for who isn't sub, the red master be yeah. Thank you so much to everyone who joined me today. I really appreciate it. We were able to get Fritz good ending. We and Fritz wrote the route, and we already started Waltz. And we are going to continue Waltz routes in 2 weeks. And we are going to try have the bad ending first. So yeah, again, sorry for canceling my collab with Chronos last minute, but there was some confusion with the days. So we just postponed it to next week. And yeah, see you all tomorrow at 10 a.m. GMT +1 for my normal morning stream. 5 p.m. 5 p.m. EST. I'll be continuing playing Alba. I don't know if I'm going to finish the game or not, but if I'm finished the game, I have kind of another one planning after. Because I have other game for quite alright. And then at around 7 p.m. GMT +1, I'm going to be playing with Kobe tomorrow as well on Kobe stream. So morning stream normal, then like I'll be playing with Kobe on his stream, but Kobe is going to start earlier, but I'm going to be there at 7. So yeah, see you all tomorrow. Bye bye.